Hello everybody, welcome to your Good Vibrations reading for this week of September 24th, 2017. So, I can just tell by the bumpy energy that I've been feeling over the past month. Those of you know I haven't been able to get to a weekly reading every week consistently because there's been so much coming about, just too much to attend to. And during those times, we have to just focus in and get it done. We just have to really hone our tasks and get a little more simple and more in the moment. And that's how I've been feeling through what I call Virgo season, when the sun is in Virgo. It is a time of dedicated work, a lot of nose to the grindstone, getting organized, doing some clean out, very diligent kind of energy. So now the sun has moved into Libra, which is a favorite for me because I'm a Libra rising. So in my natal chart, I know the rising sign of your chart to be kind of the essence, the facet of your soul that's looking to develop in this lifetime. Our souls are infinite, and there are many, many facets to who we are as divine source. But in a lifetime, when you actually incarnate in a body and you have a physical form and you have family and bloodlines, and you're really making a selection of where you want to be within this life here on Earth, that's what the rising sign indicates in my understandings and knowings that have come through. Is it's truly the facet on the diamond that is all of who you are from a source perspective. It's the part that wants to shine through, that wants to kind of be buffed up. So I have a particular affinity for Libra energy. Libra is all about harmony, balance, kind of being the peacekeeper. So during Libra season, when the sun is in Libra, anything that is not harmonious and in balance is going to get some attention. Just like with Virgo, what we just came out of, whatever is kind of not in order, whatever where we have disorganization or kind of chaos going on, Virgo tends to point that out, and it gets us real serious, real quick to attend to the details. So we've just come out of that, and our symbol, not surprisingly, falls in Libra. Libra 12 is for this week, the week of September 24th. Miners are surfacing from a deep coal mine. And we've had this before in a card reading, not all that long ago. So can you feel like it is coming up out of the Virgo energy that we are so diligent and really trying to work on things and get things in order and perfect some of our skills into more of a place that is about just kind of taking a deep breath and looking at where things stand in our life, and particularly in relationships. Libra always focuses on relationships. It's the most important part of that sign. So when the miners are coming up out of the deep coal mine, we've done some soul searching during Virgo season. And now moving into Libra season, we're going to be looking at our output and our weaving together with other people. So deep dark work is kind of done for now. We come out of that cycle. Remember, the only thing we can count on is change here on Earth. So the cycle goes round and round and round. And this is a time we take a deep breath this week and perhaps reflect on what has been, what we've discovered in this time of since the sun has been in Virgo, and really start thinking about then how we relate to others and beginning to bring more balance to those relationships. It's why it's so healthy that we move through the zodiac over and over and over again in our lifetimes, because we just have multiple opportunities to focus on different parts of our life. And for those of you with strong Libra placements, this will be a strong time of the year for you. For me, I always experience tremendous growth and advancement during Libra season because my soul is directly attached to that sign. So let's get into the cards, I think. Let's just get going on this. So the first card was from the Animal Medicine deck, the lightning rod here. And we have the raccoon. Now the raccoon is known as the generous protector and scurries around at night and who can I help out? Kind of known as the bandit, kind of that Peter Pan energy almost. Being able to take from one place in order to give to another, but always focused on really supporting others. That's the raccoon energy. Doing whatever it takes to support those that you care about. But when this came through, what I was getting was that you really need to pay attention to serving yourself. I used my pendulum to look at this description that's in the book, and this is the part that came out with my dowsing that really wanted to be shared here. In all cases, raccoon asks that you honor yourself and others equally. Provide for your own needs, or your well will be dry when you choose to give generously. Chiefs earn their eagle feathers when they promote every human's right to self-dignity. Acting in this manner brings that same honor to yourself and to your family. So there's a sense with raccoon, because this is the edge of raccoon, is that if you're always diving in to be so generous to others, they don't have a chance to step up to the plate themselves. And so it can be worth it for you to kind of hang back. If they ask for your input or your opinion, you can offer that, but not just jumping in to solve it for them. So pay attention to that as we move through this week. Remember, we're coming up out of the deep coal mine. We got soot all over our faces. We haven't been able to breathe as easily down there because we've been working very diligently. And it is a time, I keep getting directed to time to take a deep breath. We need to just really breathe in the fresh air, get ourselves cleaned up, get the soot off of our face, get our hands moisturized. We've been working really hard, really digging it in there. And so it's, even being generous can be seen as work. And for many of you, probably those who chose this card, you have a natural affinity to want to be generous, the generous protector. The one who, I'm just going to solve this. I'm going to offer the umbrella to whoever needs it. I'm going to step in and I'm going to lend a hand. But the raccoon message is saying this is a week to kind of step back and let yourself get your own breath. Let yourself give it to yourself, that generous protector energy. The umbrella is over you. Never mind having to put it over other people. Because the other people, in this case, really they do need to step up to the plate and kind of own their experience and own where they're headed with their life and what they're wanting to create. And if you step in and interrupt that energy and flow and momentum that they, along with their team, their spiritual higher self, are moving forward and getting things, lined up for them to discover some things for themselves, sometimes really, really generous people can actually interrupt that flow. And so Spirit just keeps trying. Okay, so that didn't work out, so let's try this over here. But if you keep stepping in as the loving, giving, generous person that you are, they're never going to have a chance to complete that loop. There's some loop, whoever this is regarding in your life, that you feel like you're a generous protector of and that you constantly give of yourself. There's some loop that they need to complete. And it might be painful for you to kind of take a step back. But the point of it is, not only do they need to complete a loop of some sort in their life, But also you need to fill up your own well, as this says. Provide for your own needs, or your well will be dry when you choose to give generously. There's going to be other times that these people who you typically help really are going to need you as a strong set of shoulders to lean upon. And if you have just been giving without giving to yourself, then you're not going to have anything. You know, it's kind of like, I'm looking at my tripod here that my camera's on, and it's like the tripod trying to stand on two legs. It just doesn't work. You won't have the stability. And that is what Libra is so great about. The Libra energy reminds us that we have to create a sense of balance and harmony within ourselves in order to properly give to other people like we want to. And most human beings do want to give generously to those they really love and care about. But it is a week for you to kind of take a deep breath and really try to step back and try to let that person or set of people, whatever it is, if it's family, friends, co-workers, they need to discover for themselves what is on their path and to be able to problem solve for themselves. This is a great exercise of them getting their own inspiration and taking inspired action. Okay, that's card 1. All right, card number 2 here is Flower Therapy deck by Doreen Virtue. So the flowers have been coming up a lot of gentle energy, laughter. I love this. And look at that. I can see in my camera this beautiful ray of sunshine, this beam coming right into the flowers. I love it. This is waddle. Uplift yourself and those around you through loving laughter. We are coming up out of the deep coal mine. Again, soot all over our face, hands scratched and deeply embedded with sediment. We've been working hard. We haven't been able to take a real deep breath because we've been down in the mire. We've been down where everything is being drilled and there's all this dust, and it's literally not safe to like stop and take a nice deep breath. So for you, what fills you up this week, because we're getting our balance back again. We're in the first steps of Libra energy. Your call, and of course the yellow is so important with this card. It's really, you're reinstituting your solar plexus, your gut, your belly, in a new way because of what you've been working on while the sun has been in Virgo over the past month. Since about August 20th, 21st. From that time until now, you've been working on something that allows you to feel, where in your life do you feel a greater sense of self-esteem and self-worth? And it's something particularly that's happened over the last month, since about August 20th, 21st. Where have you felt that? And you've been really serious about that matter, because Virgo is very serious. And now we're moving into Libra, which is a much more flowing, kind of happy-go-lucky kind of a sign, kind of an energy, because it's the peacekeeper. Libra doesn't like conflict. So perhaps this is what you've been working on, is an area of your life where you have felt conflict. You felt what I call the rub. And it has allowed you, what your team is saying is, it has allowed you to gain a new sense of self-worth and self-esteem that you did not have before. You didn't have it. And that's how quickly the change happens as the wheel spins round and round. We can actually experience very small things that help us come to know ourselves even better. Look at the difference between a 12-year-old girl. That is such a time of life when you just don't even know who the heck you are, what you want to be. Your friends are acting weird. There's so much drama. You know, you're probably starting menstruation. it's such a hard time. I was a little pip at that age. I was not fun at that age. I give it kudos to my mother for making it through that time. I was not a nice person. Because it's just a time of so much upheaval within the body even. So compare that to the wheel spinning round and round and round. And let's move ahead to about age 65. And look at the difference in who that female has become. And how much more as we go round and round, experiences, people, trying things, different jobs, different homes, different areas of where we're living, different vehicles, different financial things that we've gone through, you name it, friends, family, people who have come into our world, people who have left our world. It just keeps going round and round, and it's all experience. The soul loves every bit of this experience. It's like it gets richer and richer, like a soup that you have on the stove all day long, or like in a crock pot, slow cooking. Just it gets more and more rich without you even needing to add extra ingredients. It's just the simmering that makes it so delicious. The slow simmering. We can think of our life in the same way. And what I'm getting for you is this is a week to really look back on the past month and to give yourself kudos and to recognize how your soup has gotten richer, how you have added levels of experience to your soul that are really important. And it's a time of celebration. This is a time for you to look at what you've been able to accomplish and to give yourself a well-deserved pat on the back. And it's very refreshing always when we come out of hardworking Virgo, and we come into peace-loving Zen baby Libra energy. I do love this transition. I love this time of year here in New Hampshire. And it all kind of ties together. That you're feeling just a sense of accomplishment. And taking this week to recognize that for yourself. And you've been working hard. To take the time this week to kind of slow it down. And just seriously take some deep breaths and make more time for things of enjoyment for yourself. Because the energy with Virgo, whether we're aware of that energy being around us or not, it is a time when typically the vast majority of people have their nose to the grindstone. It's not surprisingly when kids are going back to school. Virgo season, baby. We're back at it. Let's get in the schedule. Let's get organized. Get your backpack together. Come on, make your lunch the night before. Get your homework done. It's the same for adults. I know those of us with kids, always by the end of the summer, I'm one of them, I always say I can't wait to get back in the schedule and a routine again, because the summer has been loosey-goosey, and we're having like ice cream for dinner, or crazy kind of schedule, and that's really fun, but wheel goes round and round. All of a sudden it feels really good to have routine, really good to get all your stuff put together the night before. So literally you get out of bed, you put on your workout clothes, you do your workout, you do your sacred routine in the morning, you're in the shower by a certain time of the day. Virgo, that's all Virgo. Getting your shit together, You're getting everything together. But do you feel the energy of that? I mean, there's that wheel goes round and round. I keep seeing this for you and all of us with this reading. How healthy. It's so healthy when we can finally get to a place where we can just enjoy then. We've gotten in the routine at this point. Now you're in Libra. Now it's time to bring some balance. You're going Libra time is like going on autopilot. It's like putting on the cruise control in the car. You've gotten up to speed. You've hit the highway. You're on the on-ramp during Virgo. You're up to speed. You get up to speed. You set that odometer, and you're just cruising during Libra season. You really are. You're trying to just maintain a nice sense of balance, because after this it gets more intense. So wheel goes round and round. Give yourself this week the benefit of taking pleasure in what you have accomplished during Virgo season. I'd really like you to think about what you have accomplished, because this is a really nice card, like as a kudos to yourself. Your team is giving you kudos here with the waddle. You've gained a new part of self-esteem and self-worth. You have revealed a part of yourself that was ready to be revealed, and you become stronger in who you are as a result of those efforts. So take the time this week to recognize that and to point it out to yourself, because too quickly, wheel goes round and round, we just like speed through life and we don't have any sense of accomplishment or celebration, and your team really wants that for you this week. All right, last card is the Healing with the Fairies by Doreen Virtue. So this too is kind of that light elemental feeling to it. Breaking free. I don't think that I have ever pulled this card. Being straight up honest here, I don't think I have ever pulled this card. Wow. So, freedom energy, you know I love that because it reminds me of the horses. Breaking free. So Libra energy, as you're heading into this, you've worked hard during Virgo. I've been saying that to everybody for each card. We're coming up out of the coal mine. We're washing off all the soot that is on our face and our hands. And I feel like I'm really getting the sense your team is wanting me to stay at the face for a minute, because it's almost like the soot that you've had on your face over the past month. It's almost like that has been acting like a mask. You've had to put a mask on in order to just drill down and get the work done. Just power through it. Power through multiple things in your life, perhaps. And it can feel sometimes like we have a mask on and that we can't even be ourselves. We certainly can't take a deep breath. We feel like we can't have enjoyment. We're making sure that we're getting everything moving, because I'm seeing a lot of wheels moving. Multiple wheels, not even on a vehicle, just like a bunch of tires spinning around. And it's like we're getting all these things moving over this past month, and trying to get them moving in the same direction, and therefore you can't even fully embody in those moments you as a being, and exerting your personality and your wants and needs and desires. So this is the time. You need to get back to you again. This is breaking out of, because it's like you're almost in the middle of these tires that I'm seeing, and you're almost like a lion tamer in a way, trying to get them rolling all in the same direction, and they keep wanting to switch. And this can be if you have multiple children in your family. It's like, no. I am the prize. Everybody keep moving forward. Come on, over here. It's like they're distracted toddlers, and they're, getting wound up off in other directions. And you're like, no, over here. You're having to redirect. That's what I'm feeling. And even within yourself, maybe, this sense of redirect, because you're needing to attend to so many things. Either so many tasks within your life or people around you, or both. There's so many things rolling for you over the past month. So Libra time, is a moment of really getting back to yourself again. And you have to trust that the people, if you've been trying to redirect, get everybody moving in the right direction, the wheel comes round and round. You have to trust that those people have to get the hint after a while, and it's time for them to step up and start rolling their own tire in the right direction. Because if they choose to roll in another direction, at some point, it's in your best interest and their best interest to allow them to do that, to allow them the chance to go in whatever direction they're wanting to go. What's coming up for me is like a child who decides that they don't want to go to college, that they want to take a year off and they want to work, or they're really contemplating going into the military and the parent or guardian is having a hard time with that. They're not rolling in the direction that you're wanting them to. And I'm feeling like it's exhausting you. It's exhausting you to keep, you're trying to redirect them to your vision. And certainly I understand that when they're toddler age and as they're growing up. But then as they get older, they have to begin to take those steps themselves and to define that energy and path for themselves. Because if they just take your direction and they go on your redirect all the time, when you're gone, because we're all not going to be, we're all leaving eventually. When you're gone, they won't know how to do it by themselves. Your reading feels very serious to me. I can feel my energy getting very soft and very real with you here. And this may not apply. I'm using this as an example. So think about it. These are general readings, but for some reason this example is coming up about a college age kind of kid. Because you have to think about whatever it is in your life, whether it's something with you or it's somebody you care about. We all are in an individual journey. And we can't be the savior and the redirector for other people. Not even our children, who it is our charge to watch after them and to guide them and encourage them to be the best human beings that they can be, and to love and help each other and whatever your personal principles are in your family. But even with children, and it's hard. Even with children, you have to kind of let them walk that path. And it really even starts when they're in high school, to begin to be hands-off. And so checking in with your intuition about, is this something, am I trying to redirect? Am I forcing something, either within yourself or with somebody you care about? Am I trying to force a redirect all the time? When really, I just need to let it play out, however it's going to play out. Because this breaking free, the point here is that you cannot direct that energy. And you've been probably pretty diligent in Virgo season over the past month. You've been very diligent in trying this redirect energy. Again, in whatever direction that's pointed for you. It's about working hard to get something accomplished, to keep all the wheels going in the same direction. And it's worth it for you to take Libra time to get rebalance and to allow yourself and others to break free and to begin to explore. Let everybody involved, yourself included, become like the chemist in the lab, because Libra is an air sign that has to do with our mentality. We're moving out of Earth, which is Virgo, which is very task-oriented. It's about making money. It's about education. It's about earthly things, work, being of service. And we're moving now into the air sign of Libra, which is about fine-tuning our mentality, fine-tuning our educational pursuits and what we want to try in terms of how our thoughts impact our actions. So, because air and fire, action, are aligned. So, just think about that this week. Libra is a great time for a breath of fresh air. We're resetting, we're redirecting our energy at this point. You need to take the redirect. Okay, there we go, breaking free. You need to take the redirect. Coming back to cat. And we're going to shift our energy into what brings a sense of balance and harmony in terms of within yourself and within your relationships. Because we can only push and redirect and keep all the wheels moving in the same direction only for so long. Like when you have a teenager, you can only push on them for so long, and eventually they just break in one way or the other, and all of a sudden you're just speaking to a concrete wall. Because you're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing for them to do things in a certain way. And they are their own people. They are their own person with their individual path. And so if you notice over this past month that you've been trying to keep all the wheels moving in the same direction, and you've been feeling exhausted by that, that's your cue. You gotta break free of that energy because it's not helping you and it's not helping them. You're exhausting both of you, no matter who it is in your life, or if it's within yourself too. That also applies here. We're just breaking free of that. You're shifting from earth, which is very heavy and dense, into air, possibility, options, new ways of thinking, new ways of being, and you can shift it like that. That's the way it works. Because one day we are in Libra, or one day we're in Virgo, the next day, or one minute we're in Virgo, the next minute we are in Libra, like that. When it switches into 0 degrees of Libra, you're there. And that's true of any part of your life. From one minute to the next, you always have the option. So as industrious as Earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, I lost my train of thought, energy feels, we get a lot done. We enjoy the fine things in life. It's great, but thank God the wheel turns round and round because we just can't stay there. Moving on to the intellect, to our mind, possibility. Okay, so just think about your options this week and shifting your energy, breaking free. Beautiful. There we go, everybody. Have a great start of Libra. It's always exciting. Energy at the beginning of a sign. Lots of momentum. Lots of possibility with Libra. Libra is all about the options to bring greater harmony and balance. So enjoy it. And I will see you next week.